Well, up here on the second floor of the BYU Broadcasting Building, I'm Robbie Bolo with Cody Hoffman and Ross Oppo. It's amazing, these 3 hours have gone by really quickly, but we'll finish it with a bang with a couple wide receivers. Thanks for being here, guys. Thank you. How good of friends are you? I mean, consider the wide receiving core is usually a pretty tight-knit group, but you guys seem to be pretty close.
Yeah, I probably hang out with Cody more than anybody else on the team, so we're pretty good friends. And
you don't mind him tagging along, right?
Yeah, he's all right.
He's an all right guy.
Yeah.
You came here, you've got your finger wrapped up. You said you just had surgery on it?
Yeah, I just had surgery yesterday. They took some bone out of my finger. I guess they're gonna run tests on it and see what's going on in my hand, but it should be healed up by next week. So
that's the same finger that you hurt a couple years ago, right? Mm-hmm. During practice.
Yeah, when the bone came out of the glove. Yeah.
And yeah, I've seen the picture. Gross. That was great. And you've never really been able to straighten out your finger.
No, it hasn't really straightened out. I don't think it will. So.
But it hasn't stopped you from being able to catch footballs. You've still been able to have good hands out there.
Yeah. You know, in the game, there's so much going on that you really never realize any nicks or dings that you have, and it's after the game when you feel things, and so during the game, this really never affects me in any way.
We've seen both of you make some pretty incredible catches, especially last season. What's it like when you see the other guy just make a catch? I mean, even as a wide receiver, there's some of those where you've got to say, "Oh, you can't get that," and then makes an incredible catch. What's that like?
It's always good. Just knowing anything that's going his way, he's going to pull it down. So it's reassuring, but at the same time, it's also nice to be able to have that and make the defense have to spread out and guard us evenly.
Feel pretty comfortable anytime a ball goes his direction? You feel comfortable when a ball's coming at Cody, Ross?
Oh yeah, definitely. Everybody feels comfortable when we throw it to Cody, and the whole week we watch film on the DBs, and we always say, hey, we got to kill this guy, we got to kill that guy. So anytime that happens, it always fires everybody up in the core.
Do you ever face a DB that's taller than you? I mean, every time you've got to know 50-50 ball is not really a 50-50 ball. I've got it.
Yeah, it's like 99-1. Like most DBs we go against, the toss will be maybe 6 foot. So we got at least 3 or 4 inches on everyone. So we should win every jump ball.
Be able to catch them. Ross, how exciting is it to go into a season with a senior quarterback like Riley Nelson?
Very exciting. Riley, he's a great leader. Everybody looks up to him. He's like the boss man. So it's I think it's going to be exciting, and he's gotten more and more confident in every game. And from throwing this summer, his arm is looking good. So it'll be fun.
Cody, last year you had the first kickoff return for a touchdown since 1998. With the new kickoff rules, does that make it harder to repeat and take one to the house again?
I think it'll be harder. Definitely be a lot more touchbacks, but when they give me the opportunity to return it, then I'm just going to make sure to capitalize on every advantage that I can and hopefully get some more this year.
Since touchbacks move out to the 25, do you think more kickers will try to get some air under the ball to not have touchbacks?
I think they will, just because those 5 yards can determine so much and percentage-wise of the drives and team scoring, and so I think they'll try to kick it higher, and that'll give their team more time to run down and get you. So it's going to be riskier, but at the same time, it's football.
So you'll still have your chances, still have your returns. Won't have to kneel them all down.
Yeah, I hope not. Returning them's a big adrenaline rush, and I love doing it. But at the same time, I'll take 25 yards for the team.
On a lot of teams, you may have one marquee wide receiver that you kind of know is going to be the go-to guy. But when you have one on either side, how does that work with you guys sharing reps, or is there always a primary read, or one of you guys open, Riley's going to throw it?
It's just based on the play, whether or not Cody's the first read, or I'm the first read, or JD's the first read. It just depends on the play and the situation for what the coaches see. And so, if I have like the smaller guy guarding me, then we'll go my way, or if the middle's open, they'll throw it to JD, or it just depends on the situation.
Like third down, JD Falslev is a third down magnet. Yeah. I don't know how many conversions he had on third down last year, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
He was able to open up. Yeah. Cody, what's your favorite route to run?
I don't know. I like running all the routes. I'd probably say like a post corner route because like the double moves, 'cause the defensive back never knows what he's going to get. So that's probably one of my better ones.
That requires a lot more running, though.
It does, but it also requires more yards when in the stats. So it just depends on how you look at it.
Ross, how well has the team been working this offseason to get ready for 2012?
We've been doing so much. There's been millions of changes that Coach Mendenhall has made for the team, and you know, so far as like dieting and workouts and the way that we run practices, and I think this offseason has been great, and you can see a difference in everybody. So I think it's been a great offseason.
What are some of the changes that Coach Mendenhall has put in? You mentioned dietary stuff. What are some other areas that he's focusing on?
So after a workout, we'll get like a bag full of like bagels and bananas and apples and protein shakes, and you know, we didn't have that last year, where you'd have to, after a workout, you just have to go and do your own thing. And they gave us a bag with a foam roller and a stick to roll out, you know, and then you know, they even issued iPads with plays and formations and drills and stuff for, you know, for the guys. If you went off somewhere during the summer, you'd have everything the coaches teach on the iPad. So there's I could go on and on. There's a bunch of stuff, but those have been like the biggest things that I've seen.
We've gotten some questions for you guys coming in from Twitter and Facebook. Some have asked Ross if you still have a relationship to Jay Keeps since his transfer to Kansas.
I talk to him, you know, probably like once a month. You know, we'll just catch up, see how he's doing. Last time I talked to him, he said he was doing fine, and summer workouts were hard, and he's been losing weight and stuff. So yeah, I think he's doing all right.
Cody, another question coming in for both of you. I'll ask you first. What was the biggest adjustment to being at BYU, and what did you learn from it?
Just how nice everybody is. Where I come from, everybody's nice too, but just everybody's just so kind-hearted. They accepted me in, not knowing much about it, and like they really taught me to believe in whatever's going on and just become a better person all around.
Ross, what about you?
Probably the same thing, just the people and the environment. You know, it's a lot different. You know, people here, they're more polite, and you know, it kind of takes you off guard for a second. But I think the environment was the biggest change for me. But I definitely love it here.
And you've become a big BYU women's soccer fan.
Oh yeah, my girlfriend plays on the soccer team, so.
They're fun to watch. Let's just,
yeah,
I mean, we can just throw it out there.
I never really watched soccer games, but you know, I've managed to make it out to a lot of the games, and they're very fun to watch.
You've been a pretty big soccer fan too, it seems like.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm throwing that out there.
He's a cheerleading fan.
I just go with him and help support him, I guess, because no man wants to be by himself at a women's soccer game.
It's all right. Kyle Van Noy goes as well. So
yeah, he goes by himself.
You two sitting on one side, and Kyle's over there on the other side.
Exactly.
Do you make it to a lot of BYU sporting events?
Yeah, this year I actually went to my first BYU baseball game. I went to a couple of those just because I had some friends playing. So, but I went to a couple of basketball games as well too. So I like to go out and cheer on BYU and other sports, because I know they cheer for us during our games.
Ross?
Yeah, same. I go to a lot of the basketball games. I try to make it to every sport just to check it out, because you know, you see these guys every day in the SAB, and you know, it's always good to go see them play.
And they make it out to plenty of football games. Because
yeah.
You guys are interacting with so many athletes, do you find yourselves making good friends with athletes on other teams at BYU?
Yeah, I'd say that there's a lot. I've developed a lot of friendships because you see the same people around all the time, like the SAB and stuff, and they just know what you're going through, how hard it is to juggle like school and sports and everything, and just a social life. So it's easy to relate, and they know what you're going through, you know what they're going through. So it's pretty easy to be friends with them.
Okay, well, we'll wrap it up as we get ready for the Bronco Mendenhall era show coming up at the top of the hour. First, I want to ask each of you, though, which game are you looking forward to the most on the 2012 schedule? A lot of great games there.
Utah. Hands
Same
down.
thing.
Utah?
Yeah.
Why Utah hands down?
Just the past 2 years that I've been playing here, I've lost both times, and word is that this might be the last year that we play them, so want to go out with a bang, end up on top.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything that's gonna step on anybody's toes, but basically the same thing Cody said, and just
You want to get back at, especially, I mean, if this is going to be the end of the rivalry, you want them to remember having lost for as long as it takes before you play again, right?
But I do want to keep playing them in the future just to keep the rivalry alive because it's so much fun.
Good. That seems to be the sentiment from all BYU fans, so see if Utah's able to keep it up. Probably the best thing you guys can do is to beat them at their place, because then they'd want to schedule it again, right? They don't want that to be the last memory they have
Hopefully
playing against you guys. All right. Should be a fun game. You also get to go to Boise State, Georgia Tech, Notre Dame. It's a great second year of independence. You guys will get to play in some pretty cool stadiums. All right, Cody Hoffman, Ross Oppo, thanks for joining me here on the web chats.